No, you don't. Right. Well, you do if you squint. Good morning, Councillor McGuinness. We're here at Central Station. Tell us why we're here.
So we're here today to celebrate the unveiling of this lovely Great Exhibition of the North Virgin train. So Virgin are one of the major sponsors for the Great Exhibition of the North, which is in Newcastle and Gateshead from June to September this year. It's the biggest event in the UK and we've got so much going on across 3 trails focused on design, art and culture and innovation. It's going to be a real thing for everybody to get involved in, and so I'm just encouraging everyone to, whether you're from Newcastle or from elsewhere, to come and visit us this summer, hop on one of these trains and come and enjoy the Great Exhibition of the North.
So this is it. I'm just going to swing the camera around so people can have a look. So here you go. It's really starting to get out there. This is a really big visual symbol of what we've got coming up. And it's based in Newcastle and Gateshead, isn't it?
Yeah, so the exhibition is about the wider north, but it's based in Newcastle and Gateshead. So it's our opportunity as Newcastle to take centre stage and be that example of what a great northern city is. And it is all coming together now. People will start to see this lovely branding popping up all over the city, and they'll start to be able to download the app, go on the website, see what's going on, and make sure they can plan their summer around seeing the things that they want for the Great Exhibition.
And what about our museums? We're going to have a lot of lovely events. Some changes?
Yep, some changes to the museum. So the Great North is getting a bit of a makeover, ready for the Great Exhibition. We're getting some really exciting things. So, you know, we're here today talking about trains. We'll be getting Stephenson's rocket coming back to the northeast into the Discovery Museum for the Great Exhibition.
Yep.
We'll have Helen Sharman's spacesuit. So the first woman to go into space was from Sheffield. We'll have her spacesuit. So some really fantastic things that people can go and see and get inspired by in our museums for Great Exhibition of the North.
Not just those things, but John Lennon's piano also.
John Lennon's piano, that's a good
George
one.
Michael saved for the nation, didn't he?
He certainly did.
He did, yeah, he did. We'll tell that story later. So we'll just have a quick look at the branding here. So if you look out for that Get North 2018 hashtag from now until the exhibition kicks off, any last message to anybody who wants to get involved?
Yeah, just, you know, it is a full summer of activities and all of it is free. And that's really important. People across Newcastle, from around the country, from around the globe, are welcome to come here and experience this exhibition for free. And there really is something for everybody. So look at the hashtag, look at the website, have a look on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and you'll see all of the details.
Lovely. Look, thank you very, very much for your time. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to have another quick look at this locomotive before we try and get the gentleman from Virgin to come across. Thank you, Councillor McGuinness. So there you can see the Great Exhibition of the North branding on this nice Virgin Trains loco here at Central Station. Looking out east there, you've got the Castle Quay. I'll turn it around so you can see all this stuff. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you around this way just to get out the wind ever so slightly. If you follow me, I'll just ask you, please, could you introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, I'm David Horn. I'm the Managing Director of Virgin Trains on the East Coast.
Okay, so what have we here?
Well, this is our Great Exhibition of the North locomotive. So we've unveiled it this morning. It's one of our Class 91 electric locomotives. It goes along the main line up to London, goes to Leeds, Edinburgh and Glasgow. So it's really going to be spreading the message about the Great Exhibition of the North in the run-up to the launch of the exhibition itself.
Okay, and the northeast in particular, quite a proud history with regard to rail and the railways.
Yeah, and especially here at Newcastle Gateshead, because this is where Robert Stephenson opened his locomotive works in 1823. It was the first locomotive works in the world, and it's where locomotion and then rocket was built. Rocket was built in 1829. Absolutely famous locomotive for the first passenger railway in the world.
Yeah.
And of course it's going to come back to Newcastle for the exhibition in the summer. The Science Museum in London are going to send the locomotive back here, so we're going to be able to see that original locomotive from 1829.
That's going to be incredible, yeah.
It's going to be a real sight. I don't think it's ever left London, certainly not for many, many years. It's very unusual for it to come out of the Science Museum.
And it's, this exhibition, it has a huge art part to it, but it's not all about arts, is it? This is about culture, it's about industry.
Yeah, it's about creativity, you know, it's about the engineering, it's about technology and creativity, and it's about inspiring people in the future to create some of these great things that people from the north and the northeast have created in the past. And of course, later on in the year, we're going to have our Azuma trains launching on the East Coast Main Line. They're being built in Newton Aycliffe at Hitachi's factory, and they're going to be another great example of a product, a train in this case, that's being built in the northeast and will be seen in service in the northeast in the months and years to come.
So built those Azuma trains in the Hitachi factory in Newton Aycliffe. That part of the world, a little further down the road, has a fairly proud history for building locomotives.
Yeah, they do, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why Hitachi chose to build their new factory there. And one of the great things about the trains is they are sourcing parts and materials from local suppliers as well. So some of the systems are from a supplier in Gateshead, for example. So as well as providing employment at the factory itself, they're providing employment through the supply chain as well. And you know, trains have moved on, of course, since Stephenson's day. These days it's about technology, it's about digital technology, and that's open for anybody. You know, we're going to be inspiring people to consider careers in rail, careers in engineering, careers in technology, so we can continue to have a proud history in the north and in the northeast of manufacturing, creativity and engineering.
And so what happens to this sort of item behind us when the Azumas come in? Can you tell us? There'll be people here who love their trains. Tell us a little about this locomotive.
This is going to be 30 years old this year, so when the Azumas come in, it will be retired. We're going to be taking these ones out of service. We're going to get 65 brand new Azuma trains that will enable us to speed up the journey times from Newcastle to London, and ultimately we're hoping to get the journey time down to just over 2.5 hours, and we're going to be running many more trains as well. So these trains have done many millions of miles since they were introduced 30 years ago, and it is time that we move them on and bring in something new. And so that's what we're going to be doing with the Azumas.
And a final word, we're stood here on a lovely spring morning. There's no sign of the beast of the east. We're in Newcastle. What's your feelings personally about the Great Exhibition and about this city?
I think it's going to be a great place, a great host city. Newcastle and Gateshead, of course, together are going to host the exhibition with venues across the city, really. And it's perfect. I mean, Newcastle is so well positioned in terms of accessibility for people to come here from across the country, and we're going to be trying to take that message out into Europe as well and get European visitors to the city during the summer. Every time you come to Newcastle, you're always impressed by the welcome, by the venues and by the whole city itself, and we're going to be able to show that off to people this summer with the Great Exhibition.
Well, look, thank you very much for your time, sir. I'm going to take the camera up to the front of the train there and give everyone a good look at it. Thanks again.
Thank you.
So we'll just finish this off for anybody watching by giving you a look at this this loco, soon to be retired, as he said, though looking pretty special with those Great Exhibition colours on it, here in Central Station in Newcastle. Thanks very much.